And now we are at the office of District Attorney. Is David Evans here?
I most certainly am.
Please come and talk to us. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I thank you all for being here this evening. It's quite a privilege for me to be able to come here and speak to you. My name is David Evans. I am a prosecutor. It's what I do. I've been working here for the last 7 years as a deputy DA. Before that, I was in Sonoma County working as a certified law clerk for 3 years. I've been in the prosecution business, if you will, for nearly a decade. When I went to law school, I decided I wanted to become a prosecutor. It's all I've wanted to do, and it's what I have done. Working here for the last 7 years has been one of the best experiences of my life. I get to work with great law enforcement. I get to work with some very great attorneys. Now it's time to take over that office. I don't want to keep doing things the way they've been done. One of the things I want to do is make sure that my office works better with law enforcement. I don't want law enforcement coming back into me and saying, what's going on? How come you didn't tell me what was going on with that case? How come we're doing all this work and nothing's happening? We need to fix those issues. The other issues we need to fix are some pretty serious ones that we're starting to get here. Obviously, everybody knows about the drug problem. It's huge. Methamphetamine, of course, is one of the big ones. But that's not it. We also have a serious issue with marijuana. Now, there's legalization of marijuana, right? However, it's still not legal to drive while under the influence. We need to work on this stuff before we start having serious injuries and deaths on our highways. We need to work with national organizations, CDAA, DOJ, to find ways to prosecute people who are driving while under the influence of a substance which doesn't have standardized testing. It's a challenge. What goes along with that, we have trafficking going on here, a lot of it. What kind of trafficking? Well, we have 3 prisons, specifically the 2 state prisons, where people are trying to bring substances in all the time and introduce them. We're having a lot of problems dealing with that, and what goes along with that are gangs. There are gang task forces available for us to use. We need to do so. There is also help that we can get that we're not using. We need to do those things. Now, what are we going to do as a prosecutor to make these things happen? Well, one of them is I am going to take cases to trial. I have been to trial many, many, many times. And I have received guilty verdicts in almost every trial. I've prepped hundreds of trials. I'm not afraid to go to trial. In fact, I like going to trial. Because if I have victims, if I have police officers who believe in their case, I will fight for that case and take it to trial. That is going to cause resources problems. That's going to cause issues. How are we going to deal with that? Well, we need to reach out to some of the organizations that have the resources to help us. Victim Witness, for instance, can help us with costs for victims. We don't have to stretch money and hurt our local taxpayers to go to trial. There's means and ways of doing it that we can incorporate. There are grant monies that are also available, and we have somebody in our office who's very good at doing that. Now, what else do we want to see happen in our community? We obviously want to get cleaning up drugs, but what happens with drugs? People also steal. How are we going to get this issue done with? Well, we can't take a pure drug addict.
1 more minute.
Thank you. A pure drug addict off the street and throw him into jail. There's certain rules and situations we have to follow, Prop 36, for instance. But you know what? If those drug users are doing other crimes and stealing, we need to charge them with those crimes so that we can prevent them from going into a system that's broken and not working and get them off the streets. Now, for those people who actually are going to make an effort and actually will do something and get off drugs, hey, you know what? We're going to support that. We're going to work hard for those people to be able to do that. But the problem is when you get somebody who keeps going through the system over and over and over and over again, we need to quit pretending and start getting them off the streets, start protecting our citizens, start protecting the homes of our citizens. And that's what I'm going to do. And like I said, being a DA here for the last 7 years, I know what it takes. And I know the challenges that a DA faces, not only from the work problem, but also what you even can face out on the streets. I'm prepared for it, I'm used to it, and I'm looking to become your next district attorney. Thank you.
The next candidate is Stacy Montgomery.
Thank you, Kate. I'd also like to thank the Monacola Club for having me and for everybody for being here. A lot of you don't know who I am. My name is Stacy Montgomery, and I'm running for the office of District Attorney. It's time for our county to have some new leadership and some new ideas. I come with a fresh perspective to this office. And we've got some real problems going on here in Lassen County, as my opponent very astutely mentioned. The crime rate is up. Overcrowding and realignment are causing problems in our county. Drug use and its corresponding crimes and issues seem to be on the rise. The time for effective leadership is now. The job of the district attorney is to seek justice and to prosecute these crimes. And I will do so aggressively, and I will do so with integrity. I will be tough on crime, and I will also be compassionate with the victims of those crimes. Just to tell you a little bit about my history, I have been in the area of law since 1987. It's been my passion since then. I started out in the paralegal program, and I went straight into the law school. I graduated in 1993, so I've been an attorney for almost 21 years. I started my career in the district attorney's office in San Joaquin County. So I have been on both sides of the courtroom. I have also done criminal defense. And I have found that one of the things that I didn't realize when I was working in the DA's office was how very important it is to have some criminal defense experience. I have a true and unique perspective on the problems of crime and how it affects not only the victims of crime, but the families of the defendants. I see how crime affects all the parties involved. So as I mentioned, I've done both criminal prosecution and defense work, but I have to say that prosecution was absolutely my passion. And the reason I left the DA's office when I did was because of budgetary cutbacks. I wasn't fired. It was something that I had envisioned myself doing as a career, and it's something I strive to do as a career. Unfortunately, monetary constraints in San Joaquin County at the time did not allow me to do that. It would be my privilege if this community would allow me to serve as its district attorney. Because I had to be outside of the DA's office for a time, I also have experience in family law and general civil litigation. And I have managed law offices, and I have administrative experience. This job does involve courtroom work. It also involves administrative experience. You have to run the office, not just do the courtroom work. And I have done all of that. I've done jury trials. I've done court trials. I have also done a tremendous amount of court. I have hundreds, or if not thousands of hours in the courtroom doing all kinds of different hearings. Because of my civil background, I have experience in federal court as well as our local courts here in Lassen County. Additionally, I'd like to say a little bit about my family. I have two boys, 10 and 8. My family has been extremely important to me. I also did take a break from practicing law so that I could stay at home with my kids, because I felt like that was very important to get my kids off to a fresh and good, stable start in life.
You have 1 more minute.
Thank you. And I think that perspective, too, is going to give me a benefit as a district attorney. It gives me a unique perspective. I did not move up here for a job. I came up here because I love this community, and my husband's family is from here. My kids will be 6th generation Lassen County. I don't want to see the crime rate increase anymore. Here, as my opponent mentioned, we have huge drug problems, and I would do my best to address those. I talked a little bit too long about some of the other things, but I just want to send a message to the meth dealers and the other drug dealers out there that Lassen County is closed for business. It will not be tolerated in this county, and we will hold people accountable for their actions. I'd like to get people help that need help. If they're really willing to get help, let's do it. That's one of the beauties of this job. I will also examine gang-related activities and work with our local law enforcement. We need cooperation in this county with our local law enforcement and other county agencies such as mental health and child protective services that we currently do not see. I will also work to remedy overcrowding. And in my office, the sentence will fit the crime. I have a conservative approach to interpreting the Constitution, and I will support, defend, and protect that Constitution. I will work hard to be a frugal steward of our tax dollars, and I will be tough on crime. My name is Stacy Montgomery, and I hope that you will vote for me for Lassen County District Attorney. Thank you for your time.
Glad I'm not a meth dealer. Now we have the Office of Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Rich DeVarney is a candidate, and he has a representative here to speak for him because, bless you, he is in a meeting in Sacramento. There she is.
Hello, my name is Bethany Edholm, and I'm here today representing candidate for Lassen County Superintendent of Schools and my dad, Rich DeVarney. He wanted to express his regrets today for not being here, but in his current position as county superintendent, he serves on many statewide initiatives to keep Lassen County, the rural counties, the northern county, and as well as the state of California involved in the education system heard. So he is in Sacramento today at the Small School Districts Association meeting where he serves as an executive board member. Rich DeVarney has been a resident of Lassen County for over 25 years, and he has also been an educator for that long. His passion for Lassen County began when he came here to attend Lassen Community College, where he received his AA degree, and then went on to Chico to receive his bachelor's in physical education and science. He loved Lassen County so much, so he decided to move back to become a teacher and coach, as many people know him here today. He was my coach and my teacher as well, so I learned from him and had wonderful experiences with him when I was growing up. He then decided he wanted to contribute more to Lassen County, so he went on to receive his master's degree in administration from the University of Phoenix, and from then he has gotten a lot of experience in administration. He has worked in the county office as an alternative education director, assistant superintendent. He's also been a district superintendent and currently county superintendent of schools. In his position as county superintendent, he has been instrumental in the establishment of many community initiatives. He worked with the community initiative Lassen Peaks. He has helped establish the 7th grade career fair, the 8th grade college day, and many of you may have seen his Choose Civility campaign. As far as his state boards and initiatives to keep our community connected, as I said, he's an executive board member for Small School Districts Association. He is the chair-elect to 9 Northern County superintendents as the liaison between Sacramento and the region. He is on the Northern California Schools Insurance Group as a board member. He is a board member on California County Superintendent's Educational Services Association and an education options representative to our region as well. He is on many local initiatives as well. He's very active as a superintendent in our community. He serves on Susanville Rotary Club as a volunteer, as well as other initiatives such as the SAT and Art and Education Liaison to County Health and Social Services. Rich DeVarney has had 3 daughters, including myself, that have all grown up through Lassen County school system and have graduated from them. He has a granddaughter beginning this next school year in the Lassen County School District that is my daughter, and another one on the way. We would like to ask for your vote for Rich DeVarney so that he can continue his commitment to Lassen County Schools and continue the many projects that he has been working on for some time now as the superintendent in this past 4 years. I'm willing to take any questions for him that I can get answers from and respond to you, as he is not here tonight. So thank you very much, and we'd like to ask for your vote.
Another candidate is Patricia Gunderson.
I also would like to thank all of you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you this evening. Many of you know me as Patty Gunderson, and my name is on the ballot as Patricia Gunderson because to me this is a pretty serious, it's a serious position, and it's the next step in my life goals. And my parents gave me that name, and I'm very proud of it. So on the ballot it's Patricia, but many of you in this room know me by now. I am running for the position of Lassen County Superintendent of Schools. I'm a native of Lassen County. I attended schools both in the Susanville and Hernong areas. I graduated from Lassen High School. I earned an associate's degree from Lassen College. I attended Chico State for my bachelor's degree in liberal arts. I then began teaching at Meadowview School, or at McKinley School, and 2 years later I transferred to Meadowview School. I decided at that point in time, I had some fantastic mentors, and decided at that time that I wanted to go back to school and get my master's degree because I decided I wanted to do something more than just teach students in the classroom. I wanted to make an impact. I wanted to help students and families. And so I went back to school. I have a master's degree in educational management from the University of Laverne, and I hold both a multiple subjects credential and an administrative services credential. This is my 26th year in education. My experience allows me to have a varied understanding of programs, policies, and classroom issues related to education today. I've taught transitional kindergarten, 2nd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, and I was the principal at Diamond View School for 10 years, serving grades 6 through 8. During the years at Diamond View School, the school was closed on a Friday before spring break due to some safety issues. We moved all of our students into 2 portable classrooms and the gym. We moved back into those classrooms 2 days after spring break and finished out the school year. That summer, I worked very closely with Meadowview School and the inmates from the federal prison, and we physically moved Diamond View School to the Meadowview campus, where for 2 years I shared a campus with the 3 through 5th grade students and worked very closely with the principal at that site. I have supervision experience. I've been a supervisor of many of the teachers and classified staff at Diamond View School. But mostly I've been fortunate to be back in the classroom for the last 2 years. It's allowed me to reconnect to what the bottom line in education is, and that's our students and what's best for each and every one of them. You, as parents and grandparents, send us your children so we can educate them in the very best way that we can. We want them to be productive members of society, and not every student fits the same mold. All of our children are entitled to a great education. I'm a strong supporter in our community. I've been active in the Juvenile Justice Commission. I've coached various youth sports, and I'm currently the Rotary Club president for Susanville Sunrise. I'm married, I'm a mother of 3, and I have 3 grandsons, and I'm actively involved in their lives. Throughout my career, I've always followed the credo, kids first, not politics, teachers, parents, or the system. I'm a daughter.
One more minute.
Thank you. I'm a daughter, a mother, a sister, a friend, an educator, a Rotarian, and an advocate for children. I hope that I can count on some of your votes, if not all of them, in the June 3rd election, and I hope to serve in the capacity of superintendent.